Hello, friends from Cinco Razones Deportes Network. Back to the Black and Pink show. This time again with Austin Robillard, coming already in Miami, back from Washington and LA. He watched both games of the Inter Miami, both losses. Too bad for the team and for the city. But a second game that had a little more action, a little more polemic, a little more of things to talk about. Austin, how are you? How was your trip?
Oh man, it was awesome. I'm glad that I got to get out to both those games. Didn't end up, the way we wanted to, but saw a lot of positives. So yeah, it was a great time. Both cities, and I can't wait to talk about this team.
Yeah. So okay, the second game we started winning very fast. 2 minutes, the first goal of the team, historic goal. Rodolfo Pizarro, of course, scoring that goal, and it looked like the team was gonna get an easy W, especially after the game, the way they were playing until the 7 crazy minutes happened in the second half. So let's go first to what you saw in the first half. Is those are those the best minutes we've seen from Inter Miami so far?
Oh, definitely. I think that those first after the first goal, and I think it was a minute and 48 seconds in, there was a lot of confidence, and we were playing much better than DC United. Everybody could tell, um, and I think the whole game we were actually playing better than DC United. It was just those 7 minutes that really screwed us over. But when Diego Alonso decided to change up his tactics fully and go with three center backs, I was a little concerned. I didn't really know how I felt about it, and but once the game got on, you saw that it worked a lot. Um, when the wingbacks, when you watch the game, in the first half, the wingbacks were playing almost directly on the line. I mean, it was the three center backs, and all Diego Alonso wanted to do was play down the line and switch to play as much as possible. I mean, Nealis and Ben Sweat, who both had really good games, I think, played almost directly on the line, no matter where the ball was. Um, so that was interesting to see. But then it kind of left us open in the back when you were running down when they were coming in. So it led to them getting a lot of crosses in early in the first half. We kind of shut that down when it came towards the second half. There weren't as many crosses from them, especially because we got a red card, so we had to change it up a little bit. But
Yeah.
I think our center backs did a great job. Reyes, Torres, and Figal looked great when they were all on. So I don't think he's going to go away from that formation. I think he's going to go with it again against LA Galaxy. But it was a great first half.
Yeah, but
And then the second half.
how's he gonna do it if Torres is out?
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure on the rules. If he's suspended, then
Yeah, he should be
he is
suspended. Yes.
suspended. Okay, so then yeah, I guess he goes back to a 4-2-3-1. I mean, that's the only way. It's going to be really interesting. But Reyes and Figal should be perfect back there. I mean,
Reyes
Reyes
had a great
saved.
game. Yes.
Yeah, he saved us twice or three times with the
Yeah.
one-on-one where he was tracking back.
Yeah.
He seemed fantastic. Great signing by us. And Figal was not as dominant as he was against LAFC, but still showed absolute class.
Yeah, that's true. All right. So this crazy minutes happened. Torres gets a red card right before or in the same play as that ended up in the second goal from Miami that wasn't allowed. So do you think they're just not ready to face those type of challenge? They just got it looked like they just got out of the game so fast. The red card, the first goal, the penalty kick that was a dumb foul in my opinion. Then the second goal, I think it was an error from Robles at the goal. I mean, it looked like he could have done something else with that free kick, and so everything happened so fast. You think that's just part of being an immature team, or what happened there?
I think it does have to do with being an immature team. I think the tension was really high. And after Lewis Morgan scored and you could tell in the stadium there was some kind of feel in the air.
Yeah.
And when that red card was given out on the screen, I will say they didn't show anything. I had no idea what was going on.
Okay.
I'm sitting on the opposite side, so I didn't even get to see the handball until after the game. So I was
So
livid.
yeah, I know. We saw you tweeting, so I was like, "Hey."
I was not happy. But I guess when you look at it, it is a red card.
It is a
But
red
if
card,
Lewis
yeah.
Morgan never scores that goal, we're up 1-0 for the rest of the game. I mean,
Yeah.
it was tough. And we did actually have another free kick goal in the first half, too, that the ref, quote unquote, wasn't ready for. And we scored, but it was what it was.
Yeah.
But yeah, so those 7 minutes, the tension was really high. And being a new expansion team, the adrenaline is going. And after they scored the first one, you could just easily tell the second one was coming. I mean, the fans were going crazy. The players for DC United went over to the supporters section and were pumping them up. I mean, it got loud in that stadium. The energy was so much on their side. The momentum shifted so quickly in those 7 minutes that you could just tell the second goal was coming. So it was a tough feeling. 7 minutes were really rough. But then after the 7 minutes, yet again, even down to 10 men, we were still the aggressor.
Yeah.
We were still on the front foot. We were still pushing them and still controlled the ball, which, I mean, yeah, we're down 2-1 and they're probably playing back a little bit. But
Yeah, they backed up a little bit.
Yeah, but still, to see that we gelled a lot better this game than we did with LAFC. You can tell the team built chemistry within the week, which was really, really, really good to see. So yeah, it was just those 7 minutes of tension and high adrenaline that got to our heads, and if it weren't for that, I think the game could have ended up being 2 or 3-0 our side. If I'm totally honest.
Yeah, I was watching the game, and I told the people that was watching the game with me, I said, this team plays well. They're just still getting to know each other. They're fast. I saw a fast team going on.
Yes.
They got together really well. So I think that it's going to be good. It's probably going to take some time. It's not an easy schedule anyway. They have Galaxy coming up, but they're going to have 3 games at home. So that could help a little bit, trying to get that chemistry going up a little, and then trying to win some games, because now, I mean, they played a great game, but they lost again. And they don't want to get too far behind the competitors. So watching that Inter Miami side playing with 10 men, being superior than DC United, do you think that's a good thing for the future? Do you think that could bring some hope to the team, to the fans that are going to be there on Saturday?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I'm more of an optimist when it comes to the team. I mean, when you look at what a lot of the major outlets are saying, they still go back to, the expectations, there's no star, there's no this, there's no that, 2 losses from 2 games. But you can, I mean, we played really, really well. And it gave me a lot of hope for this team. And I had it even after the first game, because we were on the front foot at times against the best team in MLS, and we had so many chances that first week. Same thing with the second week, so many chances. Now, I think that this is going to be really key here. When Robbie Robinson got hurt, the game, our attack changed so much, and Juan Agudelo looked, dare I say, awful. I mean, he does not belong on this team. He cannot be the striker. I doubt that Agudelo starts if Robbie Robinson's not fit. Robbie Robinson posted on his Instagram saying that it's not a serious injury, and he'll be back soon, but we don't know how soon that's going to be. So I don't think Agudelo is going to start, and I think that Pellegrino will get the start, even though he didn't even look great, and Pizarro moves into the number 9 role, because we saw him play on the wing, and that was fine, and he moved across the front line, kind of like Avila. He moved across the front line, so I think you'll see that come Saturday. But I am excited, and we looked well. We looked really good. We played well, and against a struggling LA Galaxy team who haven't won a game yet, just like we haven't, who had also high expectations. I mean, they're basically the Galacticos of the MLS. They are the team that MLS looks for when it comes to success and quality. So with them struggling, I think this is a real opportunity for Inter Miami to finally get some points, especially at home, even maybe without the fans there. We'll see.
Yeah, well, that's the next topic. So the coronavirus is making a lot of leaks around the world, not just in the United States. to cancel games or to play without public. We saw the Champions League that's already playing today, Tuesday, with the nobody in the PSG Dortmund game. Barcelona already confirmed that the second leg of that uh, round against Napoli is going to be with no public as well. And yesterday, for those listening today, it's a Tuesday. On Monday, NHL, NBA, MLB, and MLS, they all signed a letter saying that they're going to restrict access to journalists. They're not letting players sign autographs for fans, obviously. So it's getting real here in the United States. And as a fan, I want to ask you, are you worried you're not gonna really enjoy the MLS season this year? Because I mean, the first home game is this weekend. For now, it's just they're journalists, but maybe in the future they're gonna have to just even play without public, or just, you know what, we're gonna suspend the league until it's safer for everybody.
I mean, yeah, of course. I'm a little worried. Not being able to go out to our first ever game on Saturday or whatever it may be, not being able to do any event at all would be heartbreaking. But we do have to understand that safety is a priority here. Safety has to be. And the leagues have it right when it comes to their priorities, and protecting the players and the fans from anything at all is the priority. We have to understand that as fans, even as media. You mentioned they cutting down on those, any player interactions at all, really, because they need to understand that their players need to be protected. They know that their players need to be protected, and as do the fans, and protect them from themselves as much as they possibly could. Do I think that this Saturday game will be behind closed doors? No, because I haven't seen a lot from the MLS. Even though we've seen in the Serie A, La Liga, Champions League, and even now the Europa League. Because I follow Man United, obviously they just announced that their game will be behind closed doors this Thursday. So you're starting to see a lot of that in Europe, where it's a lot more serious than it is here in the U.S. Hopefully, for everybody, it doesn't get as serious as it's projected, because of course we want to protect everybody at all costs. That's just got it. That's just part of humanity. It's tough, and they just canceled an event, Inter Miami first. They canceled half the event, I should say, for season ticket season ticket holders. They sent out an email 2 weeks ago, maybe, saying that tonight, which is March 10th, Tuesday, there would be an open training session between 7 and 8 o'clock, and they gave you a free ticket. You had to RSVP, and you get to see the open training session, and then you also get to do there are photograph opportunities with the players and autographs to be signed as well. But just 2 days ago or yesterday, they sent out an email saying that they are going to cancel the autograph and photo opportunity portion of this event. They didn't say it was solely due to the coronavirus fears, but you can fairly assume that that's the reason, and it sucks. But we have to understand that as fans, and if they are to close doors at any time during this season, as much as it sucks, we need to understand what the league is trying to do, and it's protect its players, and like I said, protect the fans basically from themselves. So I think we'll enjoy this season no matter what. No matter what we get. It's been so long since the Fusion were here. And this team has been 7 years in the making. So I think we'll enjoy everything that we possibly can get. Just like we have with the first two losses, we're still enjoying. But I would rather be able for the majority or the most possible people to enjoy Inter Miami for years to come, other than just the inaugural season, if that makes sense. I'd rather everybody be as safe as possible and make it through one of these, crazy pandemics that just sadly happened, and enjoy Inter Miami for as long as possible, because that's what it's really about. And priorities need to be set right, and protecting all safety of players and fans is the way to go about it. So
Yeah, that's right. I agree with you. Austin's gonna be safety is the first priority. And we just got the information that La Liga is going to play without public for the next 2 rounds. So it's going to be a more common thing. Probably the NBA is going to follow. MLB coming with the season. It's also going to take some of these precautions, the same as MLS, and I think that's just it sucks right now because as sports fans or followers, we want to be there, we want to be in the stadiums, we want to get out there and talk to the fans and talk to the players, and I know we're not gonna have that access for now, but I think it's better to be safe than sorry, and that's gonna be the main priority. I think here in the United States, especially after what we saw in Italy, in Europe as a whole, and obviously back in China. So Austin, for this Saturday, which lineup would you use, and what do you expect from the team?
I'm gonna say he switches since Ron Torres is suspended, I expect a 4-2-3-1. But he could go back to the same formation and use McCoon, but I think because of the striker situation, with Robbie Robinson probably not being able to play, he uses a 4-2-3-1, slots Pizarro in the number 9, Pellegrini and Lewis Morgan out on the wings, maybe Lee Win at the number 10 role, let him come on, Victor Yola and Will Trapp, who have seemed to be a decent pairing in the midfield, but I will say I'm very, very happy with those two. They'll be those two holding midfielders. Niels will start again on the right, who had a decent game for it being his first game back home in Washington, because he went to Georgetown and won the national championship with them, so that was cool. Cool to see him play there. And then left back will be Ben Sweat. You'll probably have Reyes and Nico Figal, and then of course Robles. That's probably going to be our starting 11. I would be interested. It'll be interesting to see if he goes back to a 5 in the back and slots McCoon as a center back. We'll see, because it did work well in the first half, so we'll see what happens there. But look for Alonso to change it up yet again.
First win of the season?
Yes. Yes. First win of the season.
Hopefully.
I think that stadium is going to be rocking. And if we get to go, I think it's going to be absolutely insane. The atmosphere will be nuts, and we're going to bring it, hopefully.
So, yeah, hopefully. And we'll be there. And hopefully we get to know each other, Austin, and we record from the stadium. So thank you guys for listening, and we'll be back hopefully soon, hopefully with a good story, a lot of public there in Fort Lauderdale for Inter Miami for their first home game. We're all excited here in South Florida, even though it's not in Miami. We're all excited because we're going to get to finally have a professional MLS team here in South Florida. So go support Inter Miami, and we'll listen to the next show very soon, probably with bad news, but hopefully not. Hopefully coronavirus stays in Broward and doesn't go to anywhere else. So thank you, Austin, and I'll talk to you very soon.
Thank you, Ali.